I'm an artist who loves to make beautiful chocolate decorations. This is the Knoble family. This is Frances. Join us as we explore the creative and delicious side of working with chocolate. This is Rockin Chocolate. Hi, Nicole.
Hi, Patrice.
So today we're going to make chocolate bows, and these are one of my favorite things to make. These are so cool, and you've made a lot of bows before.
Yes.
We'll be using transfer sheets for these. A chocolate transfer sheet is an acetate sheet with the design printed with edible ink. All you do is pour melted chocolate right onto the sheet. Let set for a few minutes and peel off the sheet, and the design is printed right onto your chocolate. And we have these really cool leopard transfers because leopard is kind of the big thing now.
Depending on the size of your bow, you'll just cut your strips into different sizes. This is probably maybe 1.5 inches.
Right, so this is for the smaller bow.
Right, this is small. Now, so what you'll think is when you fold, when you can kind of roll the transfer sheet over, this will be one loop to the bow.
And really, you can do so many variations on this project, which makes it really fun. You could also use different transfer sheets, like you don't have to stick with just one pattern. You can do two.
Transfer some without.
Exactly. I mean, really, you can get creative with this, and that's what makes it so much fun. I, in fact, have an instructional DVD on transfer sheets, so you can find that on my website, thechocolateaddict.com, all on transfer sheets.
Mm-hmm. We actually sell your transfer.
And you sell, yes. So
it's a really good DVD, and it explains a lot about transfer sheets and just other techniques that.
Yeah, you can do all kinds of things, dessert cups and cover cakes, but today we're making bows.
Yes.
You want to work with tempered chocolate for this, or you can also use confectionery coating, which is candy melts. And I actually think it's a good way to kind of practice a little bit with the candy melts because it is a little tricky, the timing with this. You got to work fast. We're just doing this, we have a silpat on a baking sheet. You can do this on wax paper or parchment paper, but all transfer textured side up. I'm using an offset spatula to spread this on. And this is the way I do it, but Nicole has another way, and she'll show you how she does these. I'm going to do 4 loops at a time. Sometimes in the beginning, it is easier to do maybe 1 or 2, but then later, once you've done this a couple times, you can
start to
do several at one time, because you do have to form the loops pretty quickly, and so sometimes doing several at one time can be a little tricky at first. Pretty thin on this, pretty thin. Just get a smooth, even layer. So I'm just finding the edge of the strip here, and we're laying this on marble, so this is going to cool pretty quickly on the marble.
Right. Yeah, depending on the temperature in your room, they will set. And
basically, just want it to slightly set. Obviously, once they become too hard, you're not going to be able to form the loop.
Right.
So you're just going to stick the 2 ends together, and just make sure you're just sticking the end together, and we're setting them on their sides.
Right. It's working.
Yeah, perfect. It looks great. And if you're in a cool room, I mean, this is going to set fast, and you're going to have to really do this quickly because you want to make sure that you're still able to stick the ends together. So put this in the refrigerator. They actually harden pretty quickly.
Yeah. So thin, right?
So like 5-10 minutes.
Sure. And it might be important to mention that if you're using a transfer sheet, sometimes leave them in the refrigerator a little bit longer. It helps the ink to actually
transfer
to the chocolate and it gives you a much better shine.
We'll put this in the refrigerator.
Okay. So what I'm going to do, this is basically an alternative to cutting the strips. So we have one large piece of transfer sheet that we are going to cover with chocolate, and we're going to actually create lines by either scoring with a knife or using a pastry comb. kind of want to press down
pretty firmly.
Pretty firmly.
You want to make sure. Oh, that looks great. Yeah. So you want to make sure that you can kind of see the transfer.
Right, that you've cut completely through
all the way through to the end.
Right, for people who don't have a pastry comb, if you just have a steady enough hand, you can go ahead and kind of create your lines this way.
Yeah, you do need to do this fast because the chocolate, especially if you're on marble, it's going to really dry fast.
Right. We'll just kind of pinch the edges together.
Yeah, just make sure those are sealed. The loops are ready to be assembled, but first we're going to take the transfer sheet off the loops, peel it right off, and this is the best part.
Look at that.
And that
really
is
nice.
super, super cool. I haven't used these before, and I love these leopard prints.
This design is beautiful, yeah.
Bows look like they'd be really hard to make, but they're actually really simple. And that's what I love about chocolate decorating, is that a lot of the techniques look like they would be really difficult, and they're in fact really simple. I think the most difficult part is probably tempering, but that's something you kind of want to do on its own. You know, you just want to learn that.
Right. Or if you want to go ahead and make some of the decorations, you can use the coating. And
just use the coating, which doesn't have to be tempered.
No, it doesn't have to be tempered. And coating is not just the candy melts. You can find other types of coating
that taste better.
Right. Exactly. Fine quality coating that works very well. Sometimes we prefer to use coating.
Yeah, and it's actually better to practice with for sure. Exactly. The loops on here.
Now, in a perfect world, these will just break apart.
Ooh.
Oh, look at that.
There they go.
Today it's a perfect world.
So
buy a lottery ticket.
Yeah, I mean, this is a really easy way to make these loops.
Yeah, this is great as well. Basically, we just want a non-stick surface to start building our bow, so that once it's set, we can just kind of pull the backing off of it, and the bow is ready.
Right.
So.
Large dollop here in the center, and we're just going to place the loops
around.
Right in. This is kind of like our glue.
Right.
Our chocolate glue. Now, I mean, when I make a bow, I really have no rhyme or reason to it. I mean, obviously some people are going to be more picky, but I just kind of move it around until I think it looks good.
Yeah, it depends. It really depends again on the width of your bow. When I build mine, I have a little mathematical equation. I kind of do 5 and then 3 and then 2. A bit more chocolate now that those are all there. And this will just kind of help a little bit again to just build.
Yeah, just put another layer on there.
Put the extra chocolate here. Maybe let it set for just a minute, so it's a little bit firmer, so that when you place that last ribbon in there. Wonderful. So we'll actually let this set. I would put it in the refrigerator. Really, it'll set faster. It doesn't give your bow any time to kind of wilt.
Right. Yeah. I mean, for an example, if you wanted to do some thin strips, you can add these in, like I've done this kind of thing. I mean, look how pretty that would be to just do some really thin loops.
Layer them in. Right.
And I mean, you could get really elaborate on these. You can do like little curls. And I mean, really, you can just go to town on these bows.
Yeah,
I like a fancy bow, Nicole. So, but this looks great, just like this, and super easy to make.
Yes.
And these would be great on a cake.
Yes.
Gorgeous.
I mean, I've done that where I've just bought a store-bought cake.
Store-bought, that's what I do too.
And that's cool, but I think
put it in the refrigerator.
So
I think so.
Easy enough?
So yeah, thank you, Nicole.
Thank you, Patrice.
For more information on chocolate decorating, be sure to check out my instructional DVDs available on my website at thechocolateaddict.com. For chocolate transfer sheets and decorating supplies, visit chocotransfersheets.com. I'm Catrice, and this is Rockin Chocolate.